Today on DC News Now.
Another round of heat and humidity, so how hot will it get in your backyard? The details coming up.
Extreme heat sending concert goers to the hospital and shutting down a concert early. We'll have details next.
And with this extreme heat, many will be turning up their AC. We're helping you save on your next energy bill. Also, a ceasefire deal is in effect hours after Iran and Israel traded strikes. But will it last? We'll have the latest on the ongoing conflict. And a local woman is helping young people pursue their dreams. Meet this week's DMV doer.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Extreme heat is once again hitting the DMV. Meteorologist Scott Sumner joins us now. Latest check in the forecast. Scott, we were talking a little bit earlier, just a repeat from yesterday.
Pretty much, and we also talked a little bit about some ice cream. That's a good way to cool on down. Having a little bit of French vanilla out there, that is for sure. Again, similar story as what we had yesterday. I'm going to sound like a repeated human being out there telling you the exact same temperatures, and it's hot, but that's what the weather forecast is right now. We've got 104s with a feels like temperature this hour, high noon, with a temperature of actually 95 degrees. I talked to a few of the, or actually got a couple of reports from the weather watchers, and they have reported in places hazy sunshine. It does look that way a little bit here as we look towards the Washington Monument, but needless to say, another barn burner outside. Just again, 95 degrees. Now, we might challenge some records today. These are the records for this afternoon. D.C. at 100, set back in 2010. Dulles, Martinsburg, Annapolis, all at 97 at varying years, and Hagerstown at 96. So we'll be watching to see if we break some records for tomorrow. We were close in D.C. yesterday, missed it by a couple degrees. Now, the heat indices, like I said, in D.C. right now is at 104, but it's feeling a little warmer in Waldorf, a little warmer in Lexington Park at 108 and 109. Respectively. A pair of 106s at Manassas and Leesburg, and sitting at the century mark here at Fredericksburg, Kaiser, and Cumberland. Well, we'll talk about how high these numbers will go throughout the rest of the afternoon, and talk about what to be expected beyond today, because there is a little bit of a cool down and a little relief coming with some showers and storms in the forecast. I'll show you all of that with the 7-day coming up in a bit. Mark?
Scott, thank you. And Scott said today's the DMV first warn day with extreme heat this week. Everyone is looking for ways to cool off. Families are heading to spray parks. Others are over at local rivers or looking for shade. Well, the district is currently under a heat advisory with temperatures that have been unforgiving, now soaring to those triple digits that Scott was just talking about. Well, last night, the temperature stayed so hot that a concert had to be shut down due to severe heat-related medical emergencies. Candace Cole outside of Nat Stadium with more on what happened.
Last night's concert for K-pop group Stray Kids quickly turned into a mass casualty incident here at Nats Park, as 6 people had to be transported to the hospital due to the extreme heat. According to DC Fire and EMS, the mass casualty task force responded here at Nats Park around 11 o'clock last night. They say 5 people were taken in for treatment, and 1 other person was taken in before the concert started. Again, all for heat-related illness, things like heat stroke and dehydration. EMS crews had reportedly been on hand all day as people were standing in line for VIP tickets. While the number of people we're told were treated is 6, social media posts suggest that number could be much higher, and also includes people blaming stadium staff for poorly handling this event. One post on X says the Stray Kids had to pause the concert to alert staff that some fans needed medical attention. One person said people were, quote, dropping like flies, and that there was not enough water on hand. Just a reminder to folks, this heat can be dangerous. It's no joke, nothing to play around with. If you don't have to be out in it, don't stay under the AC. But if you do, make sure that you're staying hydrated. I carry around this 40-ounce jug of water just to make sure that I'm keeping myself hydrated and cool. So definitely do that. If there are seniors that you know of or people who are vulnerable who don't have access to air conditioning, definitely check in on them and check out our website, dcnewsnow.com, for a list of cooling centers in the area. There is also transportation available as well. Reporting in Southwest, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
All right, Candace, thank you. And families visiting the National Mall were feeling the scorching heat and the unforgiving humidity. The Washington Monument was forced to close because of the hot temperatures. The National Park Service told visitors yesterday that it was too hot to go to the top, closing the Washington Monument as heat indexes climbed into the triple digits. NPS says that it's too hot for both tourists and workers to keep monument tours safe. However, some vendors remained open.
I don't even like to charge people in this weather, for real. So I just want people to stay hydrated. Don't let dehydration ruin your vacation.
NPS says the monument is also closed for tours today with the heat wave still in our area. Well, Metro trains had to drop their speeds because of the heat. WMATA posting on social media that the extreme conditions caused the rails to expand, is creating some dangers for above ground trains going at maximum speeds. So a heads up for your afternoon commute. You should expect some delays on above ground tracks as trains slow down a bit. Well, the DC News Now weather team is tracking the heat all week long, and you can stay on top of it by scanning the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the DC News Now weather page for the latest conditions. Well, developing now, just hours after agreeing to President Trump's proposed ceasefire agreement, Israel and Iran have continued to carry out attacks against each other. According to the Associated Press, Israel's defense minister has instructed their military to resume attacks on Iran. Sirens are being heard in some Israeli cities as missiles from Iran are being intercepted. This comes just hours after the two countries agreed in principle to President Trump's proposal for a ceasefire that would have put an end to the 12-day conflict. Now, this is a breaking situation. We're going to bring you the latest as more information comes in. Also happening today, members of Congress briefed on U.S. strikes on the Iranian nuclear sites. And these classified briefings, lawmakers will learn about the specifics of the attacks. Members across party lines criticizing those strikes, saying that Congress should have been consulted beforehand. Well, despite the ceasefire announcement, there's still a concern that gas prices could go up. Energy officials say that Iran controls 12% of the world's reserves. And national correspondent Benason Lott explains the possible price increases at the pumps.
Iran's parliament voted to close the Strait of Hormuz, according to an Iranian state media report. A fifth of the world's oil flows through it from Iran and other Gulf countries. But the report says the final decision rests with Iran's Supreme National Security Council.
The Iranian regime would be foolish to make that decision.
Economists say closing the Strait of Hormuz could push gas prices to about $4.50 a gallon in the U.S. Iran is also one of the top oil-producing nations and could reduce the amount of oil in the global supply.
And the only way to deal with that is everybody's going to raise prices.
George Washington University School of Business professor Dr. Robert Weiner studies the effects of crises on oil prices.
Whatever happens, gas prices are likely to increase.
The U.S. is the largest oil producer in the world. Americans don't buy oil from Iran or through the Strait of Hormuz, but decisions Iran makes can still affect gas prices in the U.S.
When you have active conflict, no one can really predict where things are going.
President Donald Trump told companies not to raise gas prices in 2 online posts. He wrote, "Everyone keep oil prices down. I'm watching. You're playing right into the hands of the enemy. Don't do it." And to the Department of Energy, drill, baby, drill, and I mean now.
The ability of the United States or any other country to increase production rapidly is very, very limited.
Iran sells most of its oil to China. U.S. officials asked China to urge Iran not to retaliate using the global oil market. In Washington, I'm Benason Lott.
Well, it's the season for summer jobs in the district. For the 46th year, the Marion Berry Employment Program is helping 13,000 teenagers land a job. And D.C. says it's one of the largest and longest running summer job initiatives in the country. And it's for young people from ages 14 to 24, and it offers critical career development skills. Plus, it will make sure that kids are engaged throughout the summer.
46 years, the D.C. Department of Employment Services has been working day in and day out, long weekends, even on holidays, to make sure that young people in the District of Columbia have an opportunity.
This is a team effort. More than 700 organizations have registered as host employers. But we're helping you stretch your dollar during these steamy summer days, as your energy bill could soon be too hot to handle. Reporter Laura Hutchinson with our sister station is here with 3 simple things that you can try to turn down the temperature.
It's inevitable on these hot days. The AC and fans are cranking to stay cool. More time on means more money out of your wallet. But there are at least 3 things you could do to make a noticeable difference on your electric bill. These come to us from NerdWallet. First, you can set the thermostat back 10-15 degrees when you sleep or if you're not home. You can cut cooling costs by about 10% if it's for at least 8 hours. The U.S. Department of Energy says for every 8 hours you lower by 1 degree, you save roughly 1% on your bill. The second, try turning your water heater down. Experts say water heaters account for 18% of total home energy use because they're often set too high. The default temperature is typically 140 degrees. In the summer, you can turn that down. And our third tip, switch those bulbs. You can apparently save about $75 a year when you swap out bulbs in your most used light fixtures with LED bulbs that bear the Energy Star label.
Our thanks to Laura, and you can also wash your clothes on the cold water setting. Now, this will save you some money, and it's a little less harsh on your clothing. And coming up on the news at noon, extreme heat is impacting people across the DMV in so many different ways. We're following how locals are braving the heat. That's after the break. Scott, how are you holding up, my friend?
I'm holding up pretty well here, especially in our cool studio here, Mark. But if you do step outside for any length of time, take precautions like Mark had said earlier on, and yeah, just stay hydrated as much as possible. We'll talk about some current temperatures outside our weather window coming up.